Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing great. Today project is updating this old furniture piece. I guess it's a breakfast/dining corner nook with extendable table. Unfortunately, from the beginning of the recording is deleted. I can only show you by a couple of photos before I started. And I think you can clearly see how old is it. Scratches everywhere, discoloration, ruined material, so it does need some loving and caring to come back to life again. I'm gonna try to achieve high gloss finishes in white color on minimal budget as possible. I started to take it off the hardware first, sitting in back sport cushions, then take it to the balcony for sanding. Okay, sanding and sanding again, sanding again. My neighbors complained when I was doing that outside, so I have to take in. Luckily this room is still on process, so there's nothing in here. Just beside my chandelier, and I did cover that so it doesn't get any dust. Okay, so if you want to be inside, well, think again because this is all you get. Alright, keep going. See, standing inside is not a good idea. Cover with a sheet, not cover with a sheet, and everywhere is dust. Even this little sanding machine has got a dust collector, but still dust goes everywhere. As you see, where is my phone was in, yeah. Oh, I've got so much cleaning to do. And yeah, I should have taken in the garage, but lazy. And now, got more job to do. Here we go. Sanding is done, so for me, half part of the job is already completed. Yay! I cannot really tell you which grid to use because that depends on the condition of your furniture, and I use combination of it. But I can show you if you're not too sure. The back of the sanding papers got numbers, so when the numbers get lower, the papers it gets more coarse, and when it gets higher, like this 120, it gets fine, smooth sanding. So and this one is 240, must be. Yes, 240. They usually recommend 120, 240 for the furniture sanding. If you need a sanding, you may need to get a couple of that. It's a Dulux one-step prep. So this primer, it says no sanding required on most surfaces. Unless your surface have varnish, then you need to use, I guess, 240 grit to take the varnish off, or if the paint, the old paint is flaking, you need to remove that paint. Otherwise, and the scratches, you need to smooth it out. Otherwise, it says no sanding required. So this is where the sanding comes optional. So it's all up to you if you want to sand or not. Okay. Okay, first I'm starting the underneath the tabletop, because until I finish the big pieces it will be 2 hours up. It needs to dry in 2 hours, and then I can flip over and put a primer on the top. Okay, this primer is quite thick, guys, so make sure to get little on your brush, not too much. Okay. I'm using brush to go in between these little areas because the roller cannot reach there, and then cover it like goes more smoothly with the roller all over. Okay, when you're painting a furniture like this, it shows underneath, so you need to paint that area. I find it easier that if you flip it over and paint it underneath, inside, outside, and then the top area. But make sure do not paint underneath the leg, because I don't know you know that, but I feel like I need to tell you guys because I have done that mistake once. And that paint, it does not get cured, and every single time I move it, actually it shows on my floors, so it does damage the floor. And you should not be here. I say hello. And sorry about that. Yeah, and yeah, just do not paint underneath, okay? away so I can start painting again. Come on. Okay, primer completely dry. I'm just going to do slightly sanding with a light gray, just to where the strong brush marks are or the bleeding, like this. You may be able to see. Here we go, like that. Yeah, I'm gonna try and fix them because the gloss paint, it does not forgive, it shows everything. So I try and get smooth as possible. Okay, so the paint I'm going to use is a Dulux paint for doors, windows and trim. It's a water-based paint in gloss finishes and vivid white color. Of course, I didn't buy this paint for this project. It's just leftover from another project, and I'm going to use it because I'm going to be on minimal budget in this project. It says non-yellowing finish, so I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm going to trust the manufacturers here because I did use it on my door frames, door trims, whatever you call, but it's not that long to see it's going to turn yellow or not. But you need to use primer. You must use the primer. I did use it once without the primer and it's chipping like in a week or two. So do the job right and use the primer first and then the gloss paint. And for brushes, I'm not having those fantasy expensive brushes. They are like sensitive brushes. I bought them from Bunnings. If you're in Sydney, you know where the Bunnings are. And this is DIY brushes, which is they are quite cheap. It's not that expensive, and I use it more than several times and still working. Okay, and for the rollers, you need to use smooth one. So which is it says like for the door trims and cupboards, so they actually ideal for the gloss and semi-gloss paints. And you don't need this many. Maybe this size will do, which is 113 millimeter it says. And yeah, when I say smooth, so is if you look at another roller, like it's fluffy and these ones are more smoother. Okay, so for the brushes, I think maybe this one will do. It's 50 millimeter. Yeah, I think so. Okay, and of course you need to stir it well, really well. It's a thick paint. You can water it down if you want, but for the furniture maybe you don't really need it. And also when you're buying your paint, if you're going to use it that day or following day, just ask the guys at the counter to shake it for you first, so it will be much easier when you stirring. Okay, so I'm going to start the same as before underneath the tabletop first, and then I'm going to go to big pieces. By the time I finish the big pieces, 2 hours will be up and I'll come back to tabletop again on the top side. When we're painting the tabletop, we're going to start from the edges first and then the top. Okay, do not take too much on your roller. Using roller on the tabletop is, I find it is easier because you don't see any brush marks. It's more smooth finishes. Okay, so one more coat, so no need to be very thick. Yeah. Make sure you have a damp coat in your hand, and then clean just underneath if there is any paint there. I hope you can see, because when I'm going to edge part, and we go, as you see the paint comes there. So if I start the top first and then I go the edges, so you need to go to top again. So the first thing to do is go around the edges. Slightly going, oh, it's like a back paint. When you're painting the walls, you do the back paint. And yeah, I think we got all the pieces and wait for the second coat. Ta-da! going up and down. Yeah, I think it's first coat down for this little piece. Well done. Okay, first coat is down for all the pieces. Here we go. Looks good. But for the second coat, I have to wait until tomorrow because it's winter time in Sydney. It's getting cold and it's going to be dark soon, so I will leave it until tomorrow for the second coat. Alright, second coat is done for all the pieces. Looks shiny, but because maybe it's wet, so we will see when it dries completely. Okay, good job. Time has come to change the material of the setting and the back support cushions. Normally I would have said do not throw away the material when you're taking off, use it as a pattern, but I am not really sure about this materials because it's a little bit too much there, and the previous material is there too, the blue color, and the glue, staples, yeah, many things. I need to clean it first and then cut the material and staple it. Okay, I'm getting there. After hundreds and hundreds of staples, not having a proper tool, it doesn't make it easy, and I'm using pocket knife, which I managed to break it, and yeah, this is I don't know any of you know this. It's a pen inside in this, and it's got so much ink in it, and yeah, I break it and the ink goes everywhere. So when you're hitting hard, just be careful because the ink can break and go to your material. Okay, when it comes to upholstering a new material, the straight line is okay, but the corners can be tricky. So for the top one, I mean for the back support cushions, I done a straight line. To do that, basically I go straight and cut that triangle and then staple it, so that way I got less material there and hold it easier. But for the sitting ones, it's just a little detail, as you may able to see. It goes like that way. I don't know, it's nothing like right and wrong there, it's just that's what I like it. So basically I go, try to show you on the camera, and does take it, yeah, okay. So the corner, and then I'm taking my corrector, this is my corrector, and going one line, see where it goes, and another, yeah, and then not scared, just keep cutting it, take that off. And I'm gonna keep stapling. This is just temporary staples there, so I will take them out and make a more straight line. So it's gonna be like that, the corners. Just personal preferences, and I like it that way. Okay. Alright, paint is dry, and I'm sure it's cured. The back looks good too. Time to put back to hardware and the sitting, and then we're done. It's finished. Let's take a closer look. Almost perfect. Yeah, tabletop a bit delicate, but like any other table needs to be a little protected when in use. Just simply with tablecloth, coasters, no hot pots may help the table stay as it is for a long time, I guess, or I hope. Underneath, very good. And the sitting nook, well, amazingly the paint holds on this wood much better. Sides before was awful, now awesome. This material looks so good compared to what it used to be there. Okay, I get super close. Almost non-visible brush marks. And these fine lines just like meant to be. Very glossy. Of course not like you put resin on the top, but it shows the reflection, so it is shiny. I will find something. Bye for now. Hey, bye.